expected to do. This is my role as an individual. This is what I'm expected to do. But because I'm looking at the totality of the good of the team, I'm going to volunteer to help my fellow sister, my fellow brother. Not because you're not tired, not because you want to, sometimes you don't want to. But guess what? Your learnings, all this knowledge is yours. It stays with you, whether you stay with TVC or you move to somewhere else. Every training, everything you're doing, you are going to be, it's yours to learn their job, because I knew I didn't want to end there. I didn't want to end on the teller line, and I knew it wouldn't be easy to just say, oh, can you promote me to vice president because I have a master's degree? It won't work, because I have not proven to the company that I'm indispensable. I have not proven my worth to the company. I've proven it on paper, but my degree, does that bring money to the company? No. So I'm saying to us as professionals that we need to identify, find our passion. And the best way to do that is through volunteerism. Not just doing what you're expected to do and let it end there and watch the clock. I know you don't do any of that, because with all your awards that you've won, you're doing some great things. So I'm just reiterating that whatever you're doing, keep doing it. If you're not doing it, identify in your company. That's when your company will say that, oh, if Mr. Such and Such is not here, we feel the vacuum. Because you're not just a monolithic employee that just, okay, I'm just here to. You are not supposed to do by your job descriptions, but you are still doing it anyways. And when you're doing it, that strength, that knowledge is coming to you. You're discovering yourself. You're discovering, what do I need to do to go to the next level? I know I started as a teller. I knew I didn't want to stay as a teller. And I know I can't just bamboozle my way to whatever. So what if they don't want to let you go? That's their business. Let you tell them why you want to know what your next step is, because they'll rather keep you. But if you are not vocal enough to know what else you can do, and you can't be vocal if you don't have value to render, my brothers and sisters. What leader, if the leader is not there, what will get done? They can say, oh, can you make sure everything is in order? And you not say, oh, am I the manager? No, that's an opportunity for you to test your managerial skill. Guess what? You're not gonna, whatever position you're doing now is not where you're ending. It's the beginning, right? When we get into a job, how we start is the beginning. Is that correct, everyone? Yeah. Yes? Yes, it's the beginning. And once your brand is born, when people know you for what you can do, when your boss knows that if I ask such and such a person to do this, I can go to sleep. I know it will get done. There won't be excuses or honest thing to do. When there are decisions, big decisions that needs to be made, maybe they're downsizing, they're upsizing, they're promoting, they are going to look at those who are always full of excuses. We have one brand is born, you're going to be more needful for your organization. You're going to be more needful for yourself, because now you might have a side attraction. You might have a side business that you are doing. I mean, then you become indispensable. You become more marketable. Let's even leave the indispensable, because now when we say indispensable, we're just thinking, oh, is this the only company? No. But you want to be marketable. Face, because people are watching everything on your face. That could be your next employer. It could be your next whosoever that want to come and work for your company. Because when they see how you present yourself, like, yes, they are happy in that company. They've won all these awards. When they show up, do some things that I did, but because I know that it wasn't just about me, and I still have my check that I will collect, I will say Bank of America, and I didn't want them to get rid of me before my time, plus I wanted to grow. The only way I could grow, or any of us could grow, is to do that extra thing. That extra thing doesn't cost anything sometimes. It could just be a smile. It could just be being, they don't want to lose good people. You are the only one that want to keep yourself going on and being someone that will rise up the corporate ladder in this institution where you are all over the world, that everybody is doing everything to 100% capacity. And if there may be one or two people who are not, that the marketing is every day, just walking around the hallway in your office. People need to see a smile on your face, even when you're not having a good day. Don't look like the whole world is going to come apart, because that your smile might help someone else to feel at ease. But when you have the face, the looks, they might worry and say, oh, Remi is squeezing her face. Maybe she's not in a good mood. And I'm watching the face of Remi to change to smiles. And it's 4 o'clock, she's still like all long face. That's a whole day gone. And my brothers and sisters, it's very important to be able to market yourself. How do you market yourself? You are marketing yourself. You are networking with other people. You are talking about your company with confidence. You are sharing. I mean, you've won all these awards. Even the few I know, when I start bragging about TVC, you think I work here. You know, you want to talk it up because it's a season and you should be proud of it because you're part of the success story. You work here. Marketing of yourself. Your appearance is not just the only thing. The smile, the way that you talk to people, the eye contact, the little things that don't cost money. You don't need to be the best dresser to market yourself. How do I go about it? If you're not approachable, they won't be able to come. There might be some people that want to do advertisement. I mean, I'm sure you have that. They want to come to you, even if it's not your department. Don't say, oh, try. People tell me they're going to say. Instead, the people are like, okay, they want to help, but we have this mindset. Maybe because we've had one experience or the other with someone that maybe they're going to be the same. No, even the same person you had the not too great experience with, it might be just a mood thing. The next time, it might be different. So don't leave yourself to vulnerability of thinking, oh, somebody is not going to do this and do that. And that's not going to help you to grow in any corporation. Even in your own business, that's the beauty. When you serve well in a corporation, when you now start something for yourself, it will be a piece of, but guess where you learned it? On that job. Because you volunteered, because you didn't take yourself as an individual that this is just my lane and I'm sticking to my lane and nobody should move and I can't move, I just stay like this. And once I'm done, this is what we are doing and we know we are doing it by choice. We definitely need to cohabit. We need to think about our own growth and not think about the fact that, oh, I'm only helping TVC grow. No, it's not about TVC only. Who is TVC? You all. There's no, is there an individual that is called TVC? No. We are all a sum total of TVC. Any stakeholder, any lover, any friend of TVC, employees, we are all TVC. So when you get that right, now you get to a point that you might be able to monetize some of these things as long as it won't conflict with what you do. Because if you're doing something and I keep saying IT, I'm not so super IT savvy. So there are some little things that when I inspire and empower people, and then other people can do what they need to do. Same way you would find what your passion is. I didn't find my passion just overnight. It was a sum total of being in corporate America for 17 years, starting off with an MBA as a teller, rising up to being a vice president. And if I tell you those stories, we'll be here all night. But it happened because there was that passion to wanting to be the best, that passion to wanting to say, you know what, I'm going to serve, because some days you have to serve. Everybody won't treat you the way you want to be treated. That's okay. You have a purpose. And when you're passionate about what you do, you are less distracted. When people start their side jokes or side whatever they do, or when the haters come, like my daughter would say when I complain that some people are bugging me, she said, Mama, they are haters. When they come, you just kind of ignore them because you have a focus and you know that you want results. And when results come from what you do, you find the joy in it. You know that you're blessing lives. Those people who are maybe on the fence trying to poke at you, make you feel like you're not, just to distract you, I call it. Because they are maybe inefficient or they're still trying to find their passion or find their bearing, they will join you because you are going to be successful. And when you get to a level of success, you will monetize some of these things. Free. That is awesome. So they should come with that excitement in their heart to want to learn and be like a sponge and learn from each and every one of you. And all of you also would engage them in your company is on the right track. So I don't need to preach to you about succession planning. When I see the people seated around the table, I know you're intentionally doing that because you know that at some point you want to give people the opportunity to be a leader, to do what they need to do. If you don't do that, how are you going to have continuity? Any business that doesn't have work or think of initiatives or innovations that would help to make things better. I'm sure as you're sitting, the ideas that you have for the company, tell your bosses. When you have your meetings or when you have your one-on-one, say it. Doesn't mean they're going to jump and do it now, but they will hear it and put it in the parking lot. Just park it there, and it comes in their mind. And guess what? They know who gave it. So now you're not just doing your job that, what's my own business? The Shabu is there. No. You give them that idea, they will remember. I'm not saying what I read in the book. This is the life that I have been able to enjoy, what we are paid to do, and see how we can use that strategic volunteerism to help to expand our mindset. And it pays when there needs to to nominate someone to attend, or you have 5 million excuses before they can convince you that, Remy, you are going. That's final. The minute you find somebody who is naturally ready, they might not be as savvy as that Remy who is having long face, you're going to keep encouraging that person. And guess what? That person will blossom. Then you are relegated in your own space. I mean, you'll still be doing your work, and then you're going to wonder, how come they don't call me now? Remy, they used to call me before. Now they don't call me. What happened? What happened is that I was having long face, and people are tired of people who are reluctantly accepting. If anybody has, if we have a few minutes. Okay, thank you so much. You can do activities is volunteering, because the activities might not be within your reach. They might not be things you can create to find out. Somebody might have created it, and they might need someone to volunteer. Even when they don't, you can ask. Everybody wants somebody to help them, just so you can be around that opportunity. Some of it, you might not even be asked to come and do live. It might be as simple as being in that environment, because you might not have the skills to say, is this my passion? But you want to be in that environment of people who are doing it, so you can see it and they can begin to see you and be comfortable in having you do one or two things. So this way you are practicing to see, oh, do I really like this? Oh, no, I don't think so. Then you go to the next, because it's a free gift. You're volunteering, you're serving your gift. You're saying, let me see if I mean, you're not telling them that that's what you're doing. You don't need to say, oh, I want to find out, I want to find my passion. No, you're going around and trying to help people intentionally to add value to whatever their cause or their purpose is. Along the line is when you discover, this is what I like. I used to hate speaking. I would be frantically shaking when I'm speaking. But when I got to Bank of America, I knew I had to address so many situations. People who couldn't speak would just be talking jazz. I was hardworking, but I couldn't express myself. I was afraid. And those who didn't have anything to say would be saying things that didn't matter. So I had to break my silence, because it's not their fault. It's my fault that I've decided to keep my mouth shut. So I had to go on and find out. But if I didn't practice those things, I wouldn't know. And then once you do it, you find out to get the knowledge in the area. Sometimes you might have to pay to get some knowledge to get you grounded in some of the things that you want to try out. It won't just come by volunteering. Some of it you might have to pay to be engaged so you can identify. But most of the time, the volunteerism, you can't go wrong with it. You know a particular department, a particular section. It could be the church. You can volunteer your skills in the church. I've seen people discover themselves that they are singer because they were just in the choir. Some people do video recording on Sundays. Now they are master videographers and covering weddings, all of those things. That's how you find out what do you like. And there's some areas you don't like. And once you know that area, there's so many areas. Go to the ones you like. Try it out. Once you find the one you like, embrace it. Embrace it. You can have more than one. Yep. The question, you can have more than one. Yeah, I have more than one. But you have priority areas. And you will notice that they all collaborate. They all fall in sync. I love to communicate, and I love to communicate in an empowerment way and share my stories. So it's still all related. If I say I like to speak about what you are speaking about, a topic that's adding value. So it can be more than one. Absolutely. It has to be more than one for you to be able to help a bigger cause. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
In that environment, with all the 5 factors that you listed, there were times that you were actually, based on the stiffness of that environment, you were shut down in an attempt to do something. If you have been, how did you deal with it?
Okay. Thank you. I realized those 4 strikes. I knew that there were not things I could change. Black, female, Nigerian accent. That's part of my DNA. That's me. So I needed to now figure, how do I mitigate that to an extent? If they say I have an accent, admitting, yes, I do have an accent, do I need to slowly speak so they can understand what I'm saying? Rather than taking it personal that, oh, they are trying to pull me down or shut me down. I didn't use that receiving it from the negative perspective. I gave them the benefit of the doubt, my brother, if you will, because I didn't want to feel like, okay, somebody is getting at me because of this. I would look at, okay, what can I do?
I syndrome,
Yes.
which is eye-centric affect, taking credit for everything, because that is enough to create a bioduct in a system where the chain is expected to move.
Yes.
What would be your opinion in trying to advise anybody with that, or with the concept of the eye syndrome,
Yes.
which is
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. I believe in even your little space, as long as leaders, senior leaders, we're recognizing and appreciating the works of the hands of those who might not, quote unquote, be in the limelight to get the full credit, then you want to be able to ensure that you are recognizing those people. And then the people who might not be in the limelight needs to understand that a true leadership doesn't matter. You are still a success when your company wins and gets all those accolades. So it should not be about I did. And it takes time to win off of that. Sometimes it's a mindset orientation. It's not that people, I don't know, people just don't know better sometimes. And when they understand that if they're saying that it's an I thing, let's say, for instance, we open this door and the cleaning people have not swept. The restrooms are not clean, the offices, your desk, everywhere is not pretty, dirty. Regardless of who you are not going to feel welcome in here. So you really won't be able to do your work. So I'm just using that as the bare minimum experience. Everybody's role is important. So one thing we have to understand is our role is important. It doesn't matter if all I'm doing is answering the phone. If those phones are ringing off the hook and I don't answer it and somebody calls, they're going to get angry and escalate it. And when they escalate it, they're going to come and tell my boss in my department, and my boss is not going to like it because their eyes will be red, and then we're going to be lectured. So you just look at the whole chain and see that it's a team concept. Today, it might be that you might come up with an idea, like I said earlier. Don't worry if the credit is not given to you. It doesn't matter. That's a sign of immature leadership, with all due respect. When you get to a level that you know that you are a leader, a true leader doesn't need to say, I'm a leader. Your actions will show. When you come up with an awesome idea and it leads to countless blessings and benefits for the corporation, for your staff, one day your name will just pop up from one mouth. If that's what you're looking for. Even when it doesn't, they will recognize you. They will make you feel good. Keep doing good. Don't make it an I syndrome. Don't say I. Because when you say I, people disengage. They disconnect. Because you're taking ownership of what they already know is not only you, but they can't tell it to you because you're just too important for yourself. Okay.
And I'm sure when you get back to the USA, you know, the weather there will not freeze the idea. Yeah, we thank you very much for coming. And you know, we know that I was watching you on air, and it's like you've done this a few times before. You know, it was quite good. Thank you so much for coming. And just to, you know, this was so quickly put together. It was impromptu, so we were able to impromptu a gift, a little gift, you know, that we want to appreciate you with.
Thank
you know,
you
to
so
thank
much.
you for coming and for doing this for us.
Thank you all very much.
I hope
I'm
you
very
will
grateful.
enjoy it.
I'm definitely going to enjoy it.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So I can represent.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And when you do the PowerPoint for TVC,
Yes.
you put it on the flash drive.
Yes, I will. And I'll ask for your logo. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you
very
so
grateful.
much. We
Thanks for the
thank you so much
opportunity.
for coming.
God bless you.
Yeah, and we hope
Thank
to
you.
see you soon.
Thank you, sir. I'm very
Thank
grateful.
you. All
Thank
right.
you.
I did now.
Oh.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A forum like this to talk on a passion. What do you think is significance for, employees?
I think the issue of passion is actually very significant in an organization like this, especially an organization where you have to be creative at all times, where sometimes it becomes robotic. Some of the things you do, you have to do the same thing over and over and over, day after day. Without passion for that thing, I think you will quickly bore yourself out of it. But if you learn to be passionate about it, if you have the passion for it, you can even get better each day as you do that thing. Because every day you're looking for something different to show in that particular work that you do. So this forum today has actually reawakened us to the importance of passion in our business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
For identification's sake, can I
My name is Mrs. REMI DUYILE, the President and CEO of Image Consulting Group, a certified coach, trainer, and speaker.
Okay. You just spoke about passion. What's the significance for passion in a company to build that company and individuals?
Yes. As you know, that word passion, it's huge. It's that thing that keeps you up and keeps you going regardless of when you get recognition or no recognition. And in a corporation, when they're evolving and growing, you can't always get someone to stop and recognize what you're doing. But when you have developed a passion to what you're doing, you're not looking for every stop with recognition. You're continually doing and helping that corporation evolve. And as you do that, you're building yourself, which is the most important thing. And when you build yourself and the corporation evolves, you will be someone that will be relevant and grow the corporate ladder in that corporation. So it's very important to add that passion aspect to whatever we do so we can always stand out. My word, human beings will never be able to satisfy our needs. And what I have used to overcome such situations, as someone that rose from teller to vice president in corporate America with 4 strikes, black, female, Nigerian accent, I come from a position whereby I can say that even with a passion sometimes, things were not always going the way I wanted it. But how I overcame mine was to ensure that I was getting knowledge, looking for ways to keep getting knowledge and building my arsenal, getting knowledge and getting more equipped so that I become someone that can fit into so many spaces. And at that same reason, I'm building my total self. So instead of waiting and getting frustrated with someone not appreciating me or thanking me or noticing me, I'm developing my skills through strategic volunteerism and really adding more things to that passion basket so that at every single point there's something that will keep me engaged, not only keep me engaged to deliver, I will also be able to deliver results and value. And one thing is that when you realize that in solving people's problems is when you can always get monetization, then you are going to continue to develop your passion to ensure that you don't ever get discouraged by somebody who maybe is frustrated with their own situation of life, who maybe is going through a phase of life, and they happen to come through your phase, and how dare you let them stop your flow? That's the way I look at it, because you don't know what people are going through, be it the leader or the subordinate. If they come with a negative vibe or an ignorant or just ignoring you, I don't take it personal. I give them the benefit of the doubt. But I continually build myself to ensure that I would always have a unique proposition to sell to the world.
You've spent like few moments.
Wow is the first, if I have to use one word, I would say wow. This is an exceptional facility, not just the facility. What I'm really excited about is seeing the team, the crop of young leaders that are staff here. It gives me joy. It shows me that there's a leadership that's intentionally grooming young leaders who can take the baton. And what we miss a lot in the African nations is that succession planning. And I want to say that TVC has an excellent succession planning in place, and I'm so excited to be here. You can tell I'm really excited to be here, and I appreciate the tour and meeting all the great people. I congratulate you on your recent several awards and excellent baby born to the world. I'll be watching. Thank you.
Thank you very much.